Hi guys, thanks for clicking on the video today. Y'all, today this is going to be a review of the Bare Minerals Loose Powder Concealer. This is in the shade Deep Bisque. Now, so the reason I picked up a loose powder concealer, number one is because I've never heard of a loose powder concealer. So I wanted to give it a shot. Number two, sometimes I just want to kind of put on a tinted moisturizer or just a light powder just to even out my skin, but I still have the dark circles. And typically I would apply concealer, liquid concealer and powder, and before you know it, I have a full face of makeup. And I've been trying to avoid that, and when I saw that Bare Minerals had a loose powder concealer, I was intrigued, I was interested. Just a little backstory. So this was maybe in the early 2000s. I used to work with a lady, she was a white lady. And we were talking one day and we were talking about makeup and skincare and everything. And I was telling her that her skin is always really pretty and smooth. And she was like, yeah, because I use Bare Minerals loose powder foundation. And then she showed me a picture of what she looks like without the loose powder foundation, and she had a lot of redness. I mean, her skin tone was totally opposite of what the foundation made her skin look like, and I was just really surprised. So I thought, you know, I got to get me some of that. So I ran out looking for Bare Minerals. I went to a couple of drugstores, could not find any shades for deep complexions. So I just kind of threw it to the side. I said, you know what, Bare Minerals is just not for me. It's not for women of color. So it was fine. She looked nice. She found what she liked. And I just went on and kept using my MAC powder foundation. So recently, since me getting back into makeup, I looked at Bare Minerals and I see that now they do have deeper shades in their loose powder foundation as well as their liquid products. But I don't see a lot of people wearing a lot of women of color wearing Bare Minerals. I just haven't seen it. So anyway, when I saw that they had this loose powder, it came in a deep shade, I thought I would go ahead and give it a try. Now, the Bare Minerals Loose Powder Concealer also comes with SPF. It's SPF 20, comes in 4 shades. I have Deep Bisque. There's also a shade above this that I could have gotten, which was Honey Bisque. Then they have Summer Bisque, and then the fairest shade, which is just Bisque. Like I said today, this look is just about evening out the skin, having a natural look, and, you know, just really quick. I'm going to be using only really 3 products today for my base. I'm going to be using my ColourPop Pretty Fresh my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. And this is in the shade Deep Dark 21W. And then I'm going to be trying out my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This is in the shade 60 Ebony. And then of course we're going to be trying out this concealer. So let's go ahead and get started because I don't want to talk too much. So this is what the concealer looks like. It looks a little bit lighter because I'm showing you under these lights. So real quick before we get started, I just want to bring out a few highlights about the concealer. This is a talc-free concealer. It's made with mica and it's also made with another ingredient, titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. This is pretty much the sunscreen and protection from UVA and UVB rays. So that's where the sunscreen is coming from. And then the mica is what's providing a luminous finish with a silky, non-drying feel. So that's what I'm looking for today. So the instructions on how to use this, you can apply this concealer before your foundation to conceal any imperfections or after your foundation if you want a little bit, you know, more extra coverage. So they suggest using the swirl, tap, and buff method. And I guess this method is copyrighted by Bare Minerals. So they suggest putting a small amount of concealer in the cap. So I have just a little bit. Okay, you can't see it. But I'm going to take, this is a Echo Tools concealer brush. And I'm going to take this brush and just swirl around in here. And I'm going to do one side with no product, just the concealer, and then the other side we'll do it on top of my tinted moisturizer. Right now I have on my face, I have the MAC Prep and Prime Essential Oil, just to give my skin some moisture and some hydration. But we're gonna go ahead and then, so I swirled it, now we're getting ready to buff it into the skin. Can you see the difference? I'm actually going to go up on my eyelids as well, because I'm not going to be wearing any eyeshadow today. All right, so I am seeing something happening. So I guess I can see it in the viewfinder. I can also see it in my mirror. And I don't know if it's because I have the warm lights, but I do see where the concealer looks red. It has a reddish tone. And according to the website, the Deep Bisque is for very deep, warm skin with golden hues. Like I said, I probably could have went down and got the honey, which is for medium tan, cool skin with a rosy hue. But I'm not mad at it. It does cover my dark circles. But I'm gonna see what it looks like with the tinted moisturizer. I'm going to apply with my Real Techniques 200 brush. Just go ahead. All right, so I've completed applying the tinted moisturizer. I did apply the moisturizer over the concealer on this side. So what I'm going to do is now apply the concealer on this side, which is over the tinted moisturizer. Y'all, I think I'm putting too much, because so it definitely covers, but it gives me just a slight hint of redness, a redder tone. This is a dense brush. It's classified as a concealer brush, but I kind of feel like I need more of a fluffier brush to apply it the way I like. I just feel like this brush is a little bit too dense. But I will say I am impressed by the coverage. And I don't know if going with a lighter concealer would change that. I don't know. So let's go ahead and just complete things with our Micro Smooth setting powder. All right, so I'm going to be using, this is another Echo Tools Fluffy Face Powder Brush. I'm going to use this to apply my Micro Smooth. And this is my first time using the Micro Smooth powder. Typically, I would use my MAC. Skin Finish, Mineralized Skin Finish, but that has expired. I've had it for over 5 years. I still have it. I haven't thrown it away yet, but I am going to be throwing it away. So far, I can say that Sephora Micro Smooth, it does look pretty good on the skin. Y'all, I'm heavy-handed with powder. I'll be powdering all day long. So this is the skin. Okay, so I brought you guys just a little bit closer so you can see the skin. With the loose powder concealer with SPF 20. This is the shade Deep Bisque from Bare Minerals. This is a loose powder concealer. It claims to conceal blemishes, redness, any imperfections, gives good coverage with a no makeup feel, and you guys tell me what you think. I think I could have went with a lighter color, maybe. I don't know if it would have been too light. That shade would be Honey Bisque. But it looks okay. But let's go ahead and complete the look, and then we'll come back and I'll give my final thoughts. All right, guys, so this is my final look. It's just a natural, everyday makeup, no makeup look, some might say. It kind of takes me back to the late 90s, early 2000s. This was my look. This is the way I wore my makeup. I would just wear the MAC powder foundation. I would have on a lot of mascara and a pink lip. That's what I did. So I kind of wanted to go back to that on some days, like today. You know, I just got my fro out, and I just wanted to look natural, but I wanted my skin to look even. So that's why I picked up the Bare Minerals loose powder concealer with SPF 20. Now, I only used 3 products today. I used my ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. I'm sorry, Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer. I also used the Sephora, and y'all, this container is still broken, but the Sephora Micro Smooth setting powder, and of course the Bare Minerals concealer, powder concealer. All right, so I have the shade Deep Bisque. They have 4 shades with this. Now at first I thought that this was going to be, when I first applied it, it shows up as a red tone, and I thought that was going to be a little bit too much, well, too dark. But once I put everything together, I actually like it. I have it on my eyelids today, so I don't have on any eyeshadow. I think it looks really good on the eyelid. I did cover it with some of the Sephora powder, so far it's not creasing or, you know, getting any oils in it. It looks really nice. As far as my under eye, I still like it. I'm looking at, even though that redness is kind of there a little bit, it still looks natural. I think if I went with the Honey Bisque, I feel like it would have been too light, and I'm not looking to go light. I just want something that, I don't know, that just evens out my natural skin tone. I think Deep Bisque did that. So if you're my complexion or darker, you can use Deep Bisque. My complexion is lighter, you can try the Honey Bisque. But yeah, so it definitely did cover the dark circles. I still see you know, just a few lines, but I'm not mad about that. That's me, and it's just natural. Like I said, that's what I'm looking for today. I also want to just give you guys just a swatch. So it does have a powder consistency, you see that? But the thing is, when you rub it, it turns into a cream. So that's it on the back of my hands. It turns into a cream. So that's the true color of the concealer. It starts out as a powder, but then once you swirl it in the pan or in the top with a brush, it turns into like a cream, like a creamy texture. So it's almost like that cream to powder or powder to cream formula. So that's the kind of formula it gives, but this is made talc free. It has mica in it, so that's what's really activating the coverage, the luminosity, I guess you could say, of the concealer. And I think it looks really nice, so I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna keep the deep bisque and continue to use it, like I said, on the days when I want a no makeup look. So that's it, guys. That's it. Again, comes in 4 shades. I think it's something for at first I thought 4 shades, but really, I think there is something there for everybody. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Let me know down below, have you tried a powder concealer? Will you try a powder concealer? Have you used any? I'm really curious for my subscribers, have you used any products from Bare Minerals? I know they do have some liquid. They have liquid foundations now, and they have liquid concealers as well. Okay, so let me know down below, have you tried any of their products, and what do you think? I think this powder concealer is really, really good. So anyway, that's it. I'm not going to talk too long. I just want to thank you guys for watching and continuing to support this channel by watching the videos. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate it. We're going to be doing a lot of more reviews. I have some other things that I'm looking forward to talking about in upcoming videos. And yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get my day started, and I'll see you guys in the next video.